Hi there, my name is Matthew Clark Davison, and I'm here to read from my debut novel, Doubting Thomas, for the right stuff. And I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you, Evan. Here we go. This is from the very first chapter, the second scene after Thomas McGurran, my main character, gets falsely accused of touching one of his fourth grade students. He's a teacher at a fancy private school. Nearly a month had passed since the incident, 3 weeks since the call that forced Mercy to put him on leave. He had endured 2 solid weeks of interrogation after interrogation, formal and informal, direct and indirect, legal and questionable. From the district attorney, from the sheriff's department, from his boss, and then later others too, including one person he would have never guessed. Thomas's certainty had not been easily arrived at, nor Pollyanna-ish, nor the product of laziness. His capacity to read others and predict how they'd react was hard-earned and came not only from spending the second half of his life so far observing children and their parents. He had spent the first half feeling, when in his most natural state, like a complete outsider. His defensive strategy to assess and ward off any potential homophobic danger had, up until now, worked. His certainty that this would be no big deal resulted because facts had been gathered and cross-checked, experiences measured, behavior observed. Also, logic. Why would a pedophile molest a victim in a room of witnesses? And math. After 5 days a week in a classroom for 20 years, 12 a country day with 0 signs, recorded or rumored, of grooming or predatory behavior. And demographics. Country days per capita PhD ratio among parents could beat Boulder's and Marin counties and Berkeley's. In another school, yes. In another place, yes. But this was not a school nor a town that conflated an identity marker like gay with a criminal mental illness. The Jays and the other parents at Country Day liked science, liked facts. His ability to observe and predict people and places, even the small stuff, like what you ate, where you lived, were frequently right. Thomas had built his life on his excellent judgment. Sprinkle or downpour, knuckle sandwich or tongue kiss, vegan or meat lover, northeast or northwest. When wrong, he often was close. He could easily clock the differences between gray skies and storm clouds, an ad exec who worked in the Pearl, and a banker who commuted downtown. After meeting parents for the first time each fall, he could guess which of them would fill a lunchbox with an apple and avocado slices on gluten-free bread, and those who'd slip a turkey and cheese on whole wheat into a Ziploc. No, he didn't believe he had perfect judgment. There were exceptions. He had a hard time reading other gay men. After spending his entire life living in liberal cities, this fact sometimes made it difficult to pick up on cues when traveling to conservative places like Colorado Springs, where his younger brother and mother lived, but he believed in his process. When his hypotheses about others proved incorrect, he quickly saw his blind spots and added those to the rest of the data, ensuring that he wouldn't quite misjudge 2 similar situations twice. He accounted for variables like sleep or lack thereof, hunger, drugs, those deemed criminal and those prescribed, religion and cultural influences, mood and personality, age and mental health, character. For Thomas, there was no umbrella broad enough to sufficiently arch over race, social status, gender, sexual orientation. Each was so full of individual experiences, there was only sky. Still, he paid attention to how each of those and their various combinations could alter a current. Thomas didn't pretend to know it all, not even some, perhaps not even a little. Aware of how narrow and, in the grander scheme, infinitesimal was his personal area of expertise, he trained himself to listen, to cooperate with experts. That is why, up until today, he had kept his cool and remained sure. And up until today, he maintained the belief that things would be fine, that his personal and professional life would return to normal. How myopic he had been, willfully naive. Jerome said, first, we need to keep you out of prison. If we do that, and if the press reported on the case, it could be good in the long run for the settlement. He meant for the defamation suit that Thomas didn't want. To get back into the classroom had been up until today, up until this morning's headline, Thomas's only goal. All right, thank you.